Hey y'all, hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Nephtara Grace. If you're new, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's a gorgeous day out here, as you can tell. Little school's over there doing something. So if you hear background music, it's just little kids enjoying the last few days of school. Y'all can handle it. Um, Put y'all on game. What am I teaching my kids right now? My kids are learning about sovereignty. Specifically that they are God, right? They are a galactic ordering device right here, right there. And that they live in a matrix that's designed to distract them from their sovereignty. My 9-year-old and 7-year-old are learning how to not give their power away to anything or anyone above them, okay? Um, they're learning that the most important two laws they can follow is to love themselves as God and love their neighbor as themselves. That's what the kids are learning this week. What are you learning this week? For those of you who are new, there's a description box below. You should click that link. Find out everything I have to offer, from astrology readings to personal readings, energy healings, sacred ceremonies, you name it, is probably there. For those of you who love deep dives and you're into all that arcane, esoteric stuff, I got you. I do transformational courses, but my Patreon is full of that. So esoteric teachings, all of that is there. If you're someone who just, you're an old ancient soul, what's up, fam? I'm here with you, okay? Tap the hell in. I do use curse words profusely profane. As a matter of fact, I have a podcast called The Sacred and Profane. If you have not listened to an episode of my podcast, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get over there, listen to it now. And then what else should you know? I guess that's it. Let's get into this energy. Yeah. Yeah. Florida water's cooking up nice. We had a big storm. My tomatoes doing great. Well, that's the lesson right there. So I didn't plant tomatoes this year, y'all. I didn't. What I did was, y'all know about regenerative farming. So I practiced those practices in my little container setup that I have right now. So I have these really big planters, and I mean like really big planters. What are these? I think they 5-gallon planters. They big. Anyway, at the end of last season, I cut my stalks. If you know, you know. And I left my root balls in the soil to keep the soil amended over the winter, right? And then I mulched over. This is my container now, my big containers, not even my beds, my containers. So I just been letting my containers go, you know. And sure enough, the other day I went over to this one container, and I had, when I saw little weeds coming up in the containers, I pruned the weeds out, but I left and just let them go. Sure enough, I got not one, not two, but 3 hardy tomato plants from last year's seed in these big containers. So a couple days ago, I thinned them out, put them in 3 separate big 5-gallon containers. And these, I'm not going to show y'all because we're not going to do all that. But when I tell you these, there's starts that big, 3 starts like that size, just pop up. And I did plant them up to the lowest leaf. If you know, right? And then no sooner than I did that, I think Saturday is when I split them and replanted them in separate pots, separate containers. And yesterday on Mother's Day, we had a big storm. It was big. Did I mention it was big? It was big. So today, y'all know what tomatoes do after a good rain. Poof, poof, poof. They popped up. So I'm excited about that because my friend has these cobalt bottles and they've been making structured water. Let me see if I can show you. If you can see see the cobalt bottle? The water is delicious. It's silky smooth. So if you don't know about that, look it up. Give it a try. I normally put my medicinal mushroom tinctures in cobalt bottles for that same reason. It helps structure the water and the water becomes like living water. Anyway, I had read that you can take that same structured water and water your plants and your plants go crazy. I haven't done that yet, but I plan on doing that this season. If you are a gardener, if you've already using structured water to water your plants from cobalt glass and sunlight, let me know your results with your plants, okay? And if you haven't, join me. Whatever you have, whatever seed you've already thrown in, get some cobalt glass structure your water in sunlight. And of course, I like to do sunlight and moonlight for my things. And let's water our plants with that this season and see what happens, yeah? All right. Archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, the legions who walk with me every day. Thank you for protecting me as I channel messages from my tribe. Thank you for showing me what I need to see and telling me what I need to know so I can support the tribe as we live, learn, thrive, and grow. As above, so below, and so it is because it is so. So when I'm looking over here, you guys can't see the yard. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 oak trees, but they're like maybe 4 feet apart at the bottom. And this is old growth, so whoever planted them originally 25, 30 years ago, they put them too close. So they're perfect for hammocks at the bottom, but the canopies are so one. So when I'm here looking over there, it looks like one massive tree, but it's really 4 oak trees, termitera, 4 oak trees that are just really close together, okay? And why that matters is because right underneath the oak tree closest to me is a very, what's that, 1, 2, it's a stand of bamboo. Dang, that's a big stand. So that might be 12 feet. No, I wrap around. It's big. It's a big stand of bamboo. It's a lot of bamboo. For shits and giggles, let's say it's a 15-foot across span of bamboo, and let's say it goes back. It might go back 3 or 4 feet. I can't tell. You know how bamboo is. Anyway. But when you see me look over there, that's what's happening. I'm either looking at the wind and moving in the leaves, or there's some bird in the bamboo. And of course, as a shaman, I take it all as symbols and signs, right? It's all medicine. So anyway, let's get into this energy. Temperance and the 7 of Cups. So some type of confusion is being settled. Yeah, something that was interesting. No. It must have been some type of spell work. It was, because why else would it need to be tempered? Because confusion, you just need clarity, right? And that's like an Ace of Swords. But to temper a 7 of Cups means the 7 of Cups was intentionally placed. 3 of Wands, and so now we wait. So we've alchemized or seen through, really alchemized some type of magical illusion. And now we're waiting for something. We're waiting for ships to come in with 3 of Wands. Can you see that? King of Swords. And I do have crystals out here to hold the cards down, because you guys already know these air spirits love to play with these cards. They like to play with me too, but I love air and air loves me, so all the elements love me. I know, but air and water, we get down. What's up with this 8 of Swords? Because like we're waiting on something, but then there's an 8 of Swords, the star. What's at the bottom of that? Is that a 2 of Cups? Okay. Let me get this other crystal out. So somebody waiting on somebody to see the star? Waiting on somebody who can't see the star? What's the 8 of Swords in the star, though? I might have to get another deck already, I can tell. Eight of Swords. Who's in the 8 of Swords about a star? What's up with the 8 of Swords in the star? The Hangman and the Tower. Now, when those two ride together, just do or die. It really is, though. Like, what? Child, somebody didn't know who you were. Somebody thought you was something you not. That's what I'm trying to say. But now it's obvious that you are who you is. Or you is who you are, however that goes. Somebody fucked up. They feeling it too. Child, they feeling it. Now I'm about to get real provocative, but y'all already know I let it. The chances that I'm going to offend somebody is really, really high. Okay, that's the disclaimer I'm going to give. But this, like, waiting around for the Messiah, and the Messiah done came. That's what this is like. That's what this is like. I'm trying to tell you. That's what this is like. It's like somebody messed up. That's why the temperance. I'm not going to hold you. I'm telling you. It's like, oh Lord, it is giving Jesus and the Jews and the crucifixion and the resurrection and the ascension. And then now, I was raised Judeo-Christian, okay? I got a bubby. So I'm going to offend somebody, but I don't care because I come from all of it, okay? I keep this, y'all don't even want to know about me and my Judaic practices. Anyway, but it's like killing Jesus and then being like, well, where's the Messiah? You just killed him. That's what this is, though. The hangman's touching the temperance and the seven of cups. And that tower is touching the seven of cups and the three of wands. It is like waiting for something that not only has already come, but you abused what it was because you didn't see what it was. Seven of cups and the eight of swords out here. You didn't see it for what it was when it was in front of you. Now, I'm going to tell you in your life what it might look like. It might look like somebody being in a relationship and saying, well, this person doesn't behave the way I want them to. This person doesn't act the way I think they should. This person is bad. I'm going to get rid of this person. But not only am I going to get rid of this person, I'm going to demonize this person. I'm going to make sure everybody knows this person is bad. This is a bad person. And when I'm done demonizing this person, because it's not enough for me to just get rid, it's not enough for me to go, oh, this is not my person, they're bad for me, let me break up with them. I'm going to break up with them and then make sure everybody knows not to fuck with this person because they're bad. Somebody did that but here's what's the best part. They did all that to say, okay, now that I got that bad person out of my life and I made sure nobody else touches them, I'm ready for true love. And the divine goes, that was your true love. And the person's like, what, huh? No. No, that person didn't look the way they should have looked. They didn't dress the way they should have dressed. They didn't act the way they should have acted. That wasn't my person. And the divine says, okay, but there's nobody else coming. I'm going to let y'all sit with that for a moment. There's nobody else coming. Marinate. Ace of Wands coming out on this Eight of Swords and 3-1. Let me tell you something. Somebody want to start something over again. Somebody said, well, can we run that back? One more again? I don't feel it. I don't see it. This is interesting. Hold on, y'all. Okay, yeah, this is wild. So something has ended and something has begun. And what's ended is whatever campaign somebody had to demonize, to villainize, to ostracize, to estrange, that's over. And they did that. And you should know, whoever this is for, that their intention was, like, this person was con-fucking-vinced that you were the enemy, you were the devil, okay? And they made it their business, and here's where they went wrong, because you might be in a relationship with somebody and it's a shitty relationship. Y'all are not a good match. You just break up with that person. This person didn't do that. They're like, I'm gonna break up with this hoe and I'm gonna make sure that nobody else touches it, because it's the devil. I mean, this person it's like modern day witch hunt. This person was like, this is the devil, and it's my duty to make sure this devil is, I guess, beaten down, because that's what they was trying to do. That's what they did. But sometimes jokes ain't funny, because turns out you ain't the devil. The person ain't the devil. That was not the devil. That was a lesson to be learned. It was not a good match to get, but that person wasn't the devil. Okay. And I feel like that we're gonna have to talk about this. I'm gonna have to do a whole podcast. I keep promising on emotional resilience. This is a whole word out here, y'all. Just because you don't get along with somebody doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or that person. Y'all are simply two frequencies that don't resonate. That doesn't mean they're not going to resonate with another frequency. The law of probability says they are going to resonate with another frequency, just like you are going to resonate with another frequency. That person is not evil. They're not the devil. Now, are there evil people out there who work for the devil? Yes, 100%. But most of the time, you guys, that's not what you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody you don't get along with. And all you got to do is let them go and go be with somebody you do get along with. And let them go be with somebody they do get along with. That's all. This person took it too far. What's this right here? Wheel of Fortune. I just saw it. This person took it too far. They took it too far. And now that the wheel is turned and things are being exposed, there's the sun energy is out here. It's gonna show up that they're the actual devil. This is wild. Somebody cannot get their mind wrapped around this. And I can feel in my head, like, this person's like, I'm telling you, it's like they woke up in Wonderland, child. I talked about this, like, through the looking glass. I talked about this. This person was so convinced. I don't know who or how they let convince them that somebody was the devil, but they did. I was talking to my kids about this, okay? Because y'all know I homeschool. I'm going to tell you how I told my kids. Again, it's highly likely that I'm going to offend you. I'm going to offend somebody with what I'm about to say. And if I'm not offending you, I'm not trying hard enough. I'll try harder tomorrow, okay? I'm going to do my best today. It's the same thing as Christians opening their highly edited Bible and reading, was it Matthew 22:37? Love God as yourself with all your heart, mind, and soul. And then love your neighbor as yourself. And if you fulfill those two laws, you fulfill all of the law from the prophets. Not paraphrase, but if you know the Bible, that's what it says. Okay? I'd be like Christians reading that Bible for the past 1,000 years, since the Council of Nicaea in the 1100s. Gave us the version that most of y'all got it. If you got one, it's probably the version you got. Okay? Be like reading that and somehow having it be love God and only love your neighbor if they look just like you and believe what you believe. That's the same thing. Now, I asked my kids this morning, is that what the Bible? They said, no, the Bible says just love your neighbor as you love yourself. She said, my girl said, it didn't qualify it. 9-year-old baby, it didn't qualify it. So Jesus said you ain't got to worry about the other laws. And mind you, there were hundreds of laws. Y'all know biblical history? Y'all know Moses had a whole bunch of laws. He came down and saw the children of Israel acting a fool. They was cutting up. They was doing what my ancestors was doing. Because don't forget, the Hebrew God told his children to come to the land of my ancestors. Y'all don't know what's going to do that. And take our shit. Don't marry us, just take our shit and kill us. So that's what they did. That's what they did, right? In the meantime, he got him out of Egypt, which is probably their karma, let's tell the truth. Because they left Egypt and had to wander 40 years, so karma was involved in something. Okay. Anyway, Moses turned his back. Let's face it, it was a few months he was up on the mountain talking to God. Let's face it, okay? Anyway, he came back. It was a lot of laws. He had a lot of laws in his hand. But he got so turned when he saw how they was turning up. He dropped them and broke the tablets. Then he had to go back up the mountain to his God and go, oh my God, God. So I got down there to deliver these rules for your people, and they was turning up. They had a golden calf. It was wild. And God said, okay, we got to dumb it down a little bit then. I'm going to send you back with just 10. But we're gonna do 10 this time, okay? They got 10 fingers. We're gonna make it simple for them. Cause he knew his people. Don't get me started on these old ancient gods, okay? You don't want me to talk about it. But he knew his people. He said, "Oh, it was my bad. I sent too many. We're gonna keep it simple. Give them as many commandments as they can count on their fingers." Motherfucker still struggled with 10. So Jesus came and said, okay, tell you what, let's go 2. We're going to go 2. We got it. We're going to keep it. 10 was too many. Y'all was like, y'all got confused. The extra fingers. Let's do 2. And people still out here confusing 2. There's only 2 laws. 2 laws. And we still confused. We still trying to make... Is there any wonder the executive, legislative, and judicial branch of the American government struggles? We can't handle 2 laws. Okay? Y'all better tap the fuck in. Love God and you're God. And then love your neighbor as yourself. See? See? And the kids know, if you wake up every day and you love yourself with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul, that's going to determine what you eat, what you watch, what you listen to, what you wear. All of that is self-love. All of that. All of that. You wouldn't dare put an idol. You wouldn't dare covet. You wouldn't dare steal. You wouldn't dare commit adultery if you was loving yourself that hard. It wouldn't happen, man. You heard? And then you turn around and you grant your neighbor, I got a neighbor over there and there, on either side of you, that same basic respect. With no qualifications now, because he didn't put none in there. And don't forget, the Bible is heavily edited. So if qualifications were there, no, there wasn't any. There weren't none. Okay? But these cars is looking like that same type of Christian bullshit. They back on that bullshit, y'all. Back on their bullshit. Where they got to qualify something that's really fucking simple. It don't need to be qualified. It ain't but 2 dang laws now. That's all it is. The hell? And please understand, the biggest lie you've been told is that you are not God. Jesus said, I got a podcast called Are Ye Not Gods? Because Jesus literally said to people, are ye not gods? He was confused. How are you confused that you don't know you a God? Oh wait, aren't you a God? That's what Jesus said. Are ye not gods? Because yes. But if they can convince you that God is over there, then you'll give your power away to over there. And when they come try to program you over here, you'll receive that shit like it's truth. Nah, as for me and my house, we ain't with the bullshit. Okay? Clock that. So anyway, that's what this is. There's somebody who went out of their way to put a devil in its place, not knowing the whole time their behavior was the devilish behavior. A healthy person, mature person, emotionally resilient person would have said, oh, we're not a good fit. Let me go in and break up. Let me go in and walk. Let me go our separate ways. Only somebody on some demon time, and I mean that shit, would say, oh my God, you're so horrible. I got to let the whole world know how horrible you are. Bitch, it ain't that kind of party out here. Because now you out here judging motherfuckers. You have no authority to judge. I'm just telling you what the card is saying. What else? Don't even get me started on the mess out here. Little Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So that's just a jealousy. This is all jealousy. That's what I'm saying. Somebody gonna break the law to uphold the law. But ain't that see, I live in America. I live in the United States. That's the type shit we be on over here. We gotta break the law to uphold the law. First of all, fuck the law. The law is an ass if that's how it operates. What'd I say? King of Wands. We already saw the king. What the fuck? Y'all, ignorance is not, it's, That's like I'm allergic to ignorance. Y'all know there's two kingdoms, right? Kingdom of wisdom, kingdom of ignorance, love and fear. Fear and ignorance go together, wisdom and love go together. Okay? So y'all talking about the devil and Satan, y'all don't even know what you're talking about. What you need to have your eye on is any energy that keeps you ignorant. Any energy that wants to stagnate you, bring you to a stalemate, stop you, and keep you ignorant and in the dark. That's your opposition. Love expands. Fear contracts. So if it's coming at you in a spirit of fear, you need to renounce that shit. Period. 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 Love is based in reality. Fear, that's a delusion. You gotta know the difference. I've been told y'all about being able to authenticate in the age of Aquarius what's real and what's not real. And people out here caught up in a whole bunch of shit that ain't real. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So that's a blessing that you don't see coming. What's up with this King of Wands and the Ace of Wands? The Queen of Wands. Look, we just saw her. She was I knew. As soon as I saw him, I said, nah, that's listen. Somebody chose wrong. It's easy to do with Queen of Wands energy. Why y'all having me go so deep? Somebody needs to hear it like this. I'm giving it to you raw the way apparently somebody needs to hear it. Queen of Wands energy is a feminine energy that is raw, very fiery, charismatic leadership, but also very, the word we would use is sexy. Queen of Wands has a very sexy aura, okay? Depending on your culture, this type of feminine energy is easily misconstrued as something that it's not. Here in the States, we love to pretend that we like a Queen of Cups type energy, that soft, feminine vibe, right? The Eve archetype. But most American women have sacrificed themselves on that tree, only to find that they're getting stepped out on for a Queen of Wands. While masculine energy talks about being with a Queen of Pentacles. But what you rarely see a man go after is the Queen of Swords. I'm going to keep it 100 for you. And that's because very few men are prepared to be an emperor and have access to a feminine energy that embodies all of the above. And that is the Empress energy. Empress archetype embodies the leadership, the charisma, and the sexiness of the Queen of Wands with the soft, nurturing, feminine energy of the Queen of Cups, the sharp as hell discernment and the tongue to match of the Queen of Swords, and the stability and the ability to run their home and a business and make sure it get done. Like the Queen of Pentacles. The average man, that's too much. She's too much. The average man thinks he wants a Queen of Cups because he thinks that softness means he can control her. Queen of Cups ain't to be controlled. You cannot control. You can't control none of the queens. They're queens. Lesson for another day. What's up with this Queen of Wands and King of Wands with this Ace of Wands? Something wants to start over. Something wants to be new. What about it? That's too many cards. We're not taking that many cards, but I see that carry. I saw it. Six of Cups. Okay, so somebody feel like this is a real soulmate connection. What else? Three of Pentacles, and they want to work together. I'm just reading cards. I ain't gonna put my Page of Wands. They like, listen, if we shit. Somebody swear this is it. I don't know, y'all. It's giving me, it's there. It could be. somebody sees this Queen of Wands as the ultimate prize. I'm going to say this King of Wands does. Okay, this King of Wands was previously blinded. I'm hearing blinded by the lights. I'm telling you, that's what this was. Like this we already established this Queen of Wands. If you haven't, go back and listen to the previous readings, because they all go together at this point. They all together. It's one big happy story. This Queen of Wands is more than a Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is an empress, yeah, but also the sun, the moon, and the star. This Queen of Wands is some type of celestial, cosmic powerhouse being, okay? And in everyday life, they present as a Queen of Wands, and it's had people fucked up. Okay, gotta go back, listen to like the past 2 weeks of readings, and you'll pick up. You don't gotta go further back than 2 weeks. You'll pick up when I'm laying down. I had people fucked up because they've been looking at this Queen of Wands like, I don't know, is she like an OnlyFans girl? Like, what's going on over here? We're not really sure, like, what's happening. But in reality, old girl is alien from the stars, dressed in a pretty package. Okay, you just stay with me. This King of Wands was totally fooled, like everybody else, right? It's giving y'all Jessica Rabbit from Roger Rabbit. I've channeled this before. Jessica Rabbit wasn't bad. She was just drawn that way. This Queen of Wands isn't bad. She's just packaged that way. Oh my God. So the King of Wands thought that the Queen of Wands was a bad girl. That's just what they thought. And like everybody else, they was waiting for the good. It's funny, but I'm not laughing. But it's funny. I'm laughing inside. Because it's a mess. And I can't help but feel like this was a test. It's given me to him who has eyes, let him see. Because this Queen of Wands, it's like the way they occurred was so bright, like the light was so bright, that some people looked into the light, and because it was so bright, all they could see was shadows. So like, oh, the Queen of Wands is a shadow. The Queen of Wands is the devil, because all I can see is shadow. The light is too bright for me to see clearly. Okay. For other people, the Queen of Wands was shining so bright they just couldn't see. They literally couldn't see. Somebody be like, look at that Queen of Wands. They'd be like, where? I can't see. It's too bright out here. Like, the Queen of Wands just wasn't there. But now, I said, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Now this King of Wands, but I think everybody can now see, oh, that's a star. Oh, that's why the light was so bright. It's a star. And stars, although they shine all the time, we really can only see them the best at night. Oh. So, the Queen of Wands don't look like the star during the day. She might look like a hoe. I'm just saying. I don't know what type time these people did. You know what I'm saying? But at night, it's obvious. Oh, this a star, y'all. Damn, how we missed that? I don't know, but somebody did. But this King of Wands now, he's like, well, I like the nighttime. He said he bad about it. Don't know. I don't know. I just read cards. King of Cups. I'm just reading the cards. This is wild. Not the Nine of Cups. Listen, this somebody. Yeah. Hey. But I'm telling you, this was a spiritual setup. I do mean that. I mean that. It's not like the divine pulled a rabbit out of a hat, but it's some type of divine magic afoot. Yeah, because we don't have nothing like it in the human realm. I'm trying to, like, you don't know. But there's that movie, is it Stardust, with Claire Danes and Robert De Niro? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't have my other phone out here. Y'all know the movie? I've talked to y'all about this before, where she's a star, and that one witch had her chained to the gypsy wagon because she wanted to use her essence. And then the one boy, he fell in love. The sad part is I live near a school and somebody's still doing that in the school area. Anyway, but the boy fell in love with her. He didn't understand she was a star. He didn't start picking up on it until he kissed. Every time he kissed her, she would glow, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. If not, you need to go watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's Stardust. Claire Danes is the star. Robert De Niro is the captain. Don't look at me like that. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's like that. It was magic involved. It was a divine setup. I'm feeling justice and judgment here. I kind of feel like this is one of the ways that the divine judges humans, is they send the stars to Earth, and they're like, "Can you see the star?" And if you can see it, you pass, and if you can't see it, you don't. I don't know. Like that's how it feels out here in this energy, though. Like, damn, this wasn't right, but that's too many cards. Can I get 1 to 2 cards? And give me some jumpers, but not on the floor. Don't jump on the floor. And don't blow them in the yard. I don't like when that big. This yard. I don't have my shoes. You know I don't like wearing shoes. 10 of Pentacles. Y'all. Now that this King of Wands can see that the Queen of Wands is a star, it's like they know. Like when you know someone is a star, don't you act differently? What is it? It's like I'm sure there's a story like it, but I've had friends like this before. No, I'm okay. I got it. Okay. This is a true story. When I was in high school, one of my friends had a boyfriend who was older than the rest of us. So I'm 15. No, I was 16. She was 14. But she was so mature. Do you understand? We didn't mind her hanging out. But her boyfriend, y'all gonna blow my comment section up, but hold on. Her boyfriend was 21. Okay. Y'all, this is my real life. I grew up in Atlanta. This is my real life. Okay. This is my real life. I don't know about yours. So anyway, as 15, 16-year-old, right? Because this is a neighborhood friend. We live in the same neighborhood, so we kind of came up, right? So I was like, I would say to myself, now why does her mom, and he used to spend the night at her house. My parents would never, and still will never, okay? I'm a grown-ass woman, they still would never. Anyway, so I'm sitting there trying to figure out, well, why her mom let her boyfriend spend the night at her house? And he's older. Now, I'm old enough to know that you're not supposed to be 21 with a 14-year-old. I know that much. I don't know a lot at 6, but I know that much, okay? And I don't understand, because her mom was cool. Maybe some of you would call it a little too cool, okay? But she was one of those parents, if you're going to smoke weed, you're going to do it over here where I can see you. So that's where we went to her house, okay? And the boyfriend was so cool. I'm not going to use, I probably can use his name because it wasn't his real name. But y'all going to see what I'm talking about in a minute. The boyfriend was cool. We're going to call him Mike. That wasn't his name. It wasn't even his fake name. But you'll see why in a minute. So Mike was cool. And I was like, okay. Now we used to party. ATL kids, we partied. So I'm going to call my friend Hillary. So Hillary and Mike and I used to go to the club. Now Mike was 21. So Mike could get into all the clubs. Hillary and I were clearly too young to get into the clubs, but we were with Mike, so we got into the clubs, okay? Now, we were definitely, I was a rave kid. That's what we did. It was Atlanta in the 90s. What do you want? We raved. That's the scene. That was the scene, okay? So, Those kind of clubs, those kind of parties were there. And they were cool. The Atlanta scene back then was really cool. Like if you basically, as long as you weren't on some bullshit, you had a good energy and you brought canned goods for the homeless, you could get into a club back then. It was really chill and low key like that. Okay, it was super chill, super low key. It was fine because back then we really were about the love. I know how that sounds, but it was different. We were about the love back then. So anyway, I'm a curious person, and so I partied with Mike and Hillary. It was fun. I never had to pay for anything because Mike paid for everything all the time. Okay, all the time. And I have always had a high tolerance. And Mike paid for everything all the time. I was also raised with manners, and so at one point I was like, Mike, I just want to say thank you. Like you take care of me. Like I know, I mean, but are they even people like this out there anymore? Right? So I was like, you with my girl, but you make sure I'm taken care of too. Like when I was with Mike and Hilly, I knew Mike would ride for me just like you. Like it wasn't, nobody was going to talk trash to me. Nobody was going to put their hands on me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not my boyfriend. That was her boyfriend. Hers. But he was that type of man at 21. Keep listening. I'm telling you the story for a reason. So anyway, I was like, Mike, I just appreciate you. Like I always got home safe. Whatever party supplies we had, they were quality. I never got sick. Y'all understand what I'm saying out here, don't you? Shit was quality. The environment's top tier, chef's kiss. Now I'm a child. I'm 15, turned 16. Hillary's still 14. Okay? And I'm like, and so at some point, my curiosity just got the best of me, and I couldn't help it. And I had been, this had gone on for about a year, y'all. That's like, maybe started when I was 15, but now I'm 16, and I'm like, I gotta know what the hell I'm into. Like, what is this? What is going on? All right? And so I waited until we got back to Hillary's house one day, and we was chilling, smoking. It was cool. And I was like, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't understand because my family has different customs and different rules, okay? Mike. Clearly my girl is gorgeous, like, because she's gorgeous. And my friend was stunning. Like, beautiful face, beautiful body. But you know, she's 14, okay? And I was like, but I'm just asking. And by the way, whatever you say, like, I'm not a judgmental person. I never have been, y'all. I wasn't judgmental then, I'm not judgmental now. Like, but what is this? Why are you with her? And why her mama let you sleep here? What am I missing? I was just asking. Y'all probably like, yeah, what the hell is going on with the baby? I know. It got quiet. Mike tilted his head and looked at me funny. Hillary cleared her throat and looked at Mike. And then I was like, oh shit. I'm like, it's really fine. I just come from a different culture. I hope I'm not offensive, right? And then Mike says, no, it's just not something we talk about. I said, I get that. And he's like, you notice when I take you girls out, nobody ever asks for IDs? Yeah, I had noticed. That's why I'm asking a question. What the hell we got going on over here, right? Then Mike says, I'm over here on a temporary visa. I didn't mention that Mike wasn't American, did I? Gotta listen. He said, I'm over here on a temporary visa. Where I come from, I'm next in line for the throne. I'm in that period of time where I'm allowed to go travel the world and sow my wild oats. He said, but that's not really my thing. I said, what's your thing? He said, what we do. I like to party and I like to race cars. And I was like, oh shit. Because when I tell you we partied, okay? Like it was a job, we partied. And the party never stopped. You heard? He said, I like to party, I like to race cars. He said, so while you girls are in school, because he used to drop us off and pick us up from school, for real, for real. He goes to the racetrack. He went lying. I said, he said, yep, my dad is currently king where I'm from. And soon I'll have to go back and assume that position. Hillary knows this. I was up front with her and her mother. I met her at a party. I watched. She's beautiful. Her maturity level was there. I approached her. I let her know the situation. I told her it could never be serious between us. We were never going to get married. We were never going to have kids. He said I made it very clear to her and her mother what this was. They both agreed. He said, so when I'm done partying and racing cars, I have to go home. And I won't be able to do any of this. I will be responsible for an entire nation. My whole life, I was raised to care about that, my people. This is the only time I get for me in my entire life, and I am enjoying it. Then it made sense. Mike had bodyguards. I just had never noticed the motherfuckers before. I was like, I'm 16, man. I'm partying here and there. I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. Child. You want to talk about something becoming crystal clear. Like everything that I'd seen in my life was all of a sudden, I was like, oh shit. That's why you got privileges I ain't never seen nobody have before. He had one of them diplomat passport things. Him was real. Okay? It's like that. It's like you think you partying with old homie, old boy from down the street. It's some royalty from another country, bro. That's what this gives. I'm telling you. So, somebody was like, oh, this just somebody who liked to party at night. Like when I met Mike, I was like, hey, yeah. You know anything about Atlanta in the 90s, you know it was on, okay? Come to find out, oh, this man got a crown and a throne. Damn. He went by a different name. I can't even say. And I asked him, so what's your name in your country? I can't pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't speak that language. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay? I don't know how to pronounce that mess. All right, it's beautiful. Beautiful man. He gave Yul Brynner. If you know Yul Brynner, that's who Mike looked like. If you know, you know, make of that what you will. I'm not going to tell people business out here like that, okay? But that's my real life experience. Man out here looking like Yul Brynner. I'm like, where are you from? Where you get all this money from? You got a nice car. I mean, the car was really nice. Y'all can imagine, though. Anyway, that is like this. This Queen of Wands is some big deal. Okay, I'm telling you, like, some big deal. And people have been around here like, oh, it's just a Queen of Wands. No. This Queen of Wands has a crown and a throne. And there's people. And somebody caught up. Wheel of Fortune's back at the bottom of the deck. I'm just telling you. Ten of Pentacles is out here, so it's kind of given. Look, is this the King of Wands wants this with the Queen of Wands, or because the Queen of Wands gonna have it either way. It's the Queen of Wands stuff. Eight of Cups. Well, what's the Eight of Cups about? Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles and the Magician. Whoa, this Magician is trying to stay hidden. So somebody was trying to do magic to keep somebody? The magic was on the low. And there's that Chariot back at the bottom of the deck again. It's like somebody wanted to keep the Queen of Wands hidden, but still live off of their I heard largesse, live off of their royalty, but not let nobody else know their royalty. What? What is this? The devil. Yeah. Somebody. This King of Wands wanted to walk around. If I say it that way, some of y'all gonna get pissed off, but it is like that. This King of Wands wanted to walk around with the benefits of being with the Queen of Wands, but not actually be seen with the Queen of Wands herself. Eight of Pentacles. This is something they worked on. Like, this is some type of elaborate scheme that somebody worked on. Like, they put a lot of time into this. But I told y'all, see, the devil card came out. I told y'all somebody was like, this Queen of Wands is a devil, but they themselves went about this in devil energy. Sorry, I know this reading is long as hell, but for real, that's wild. Let me get to the iced tea. That's wild, though. Because, I mean, I spent a year partying with these people, and I'm like, I need to know. And I was just a teenager. I wasn't even a grown person. I'm like, well, hold on, because every time I want something, you pay for it. Like, I mean, I got my little allowance, but I ain't never need to spend my money with Mike around. And after, I was just like, well, Mike, how come you comfortable paying for everything? I wanted to know. I wasn't comfortable just living off somebody else, and I don't even know where that's coming from. Mike could be like, y'all want to go get something to eat? We're teenage girls. Mike would take us to an actual restaurant. Fast food for who? We didn't do that. Wasn't none of that happening. Hillary would get an outfit, 2 or 3 outfits. I would get something. Not as much as Hillary got, but Mike would never. I was never in a situation around that couple where I felt like I was a third wheel, where I felt left out. None of that happened. To the point where I said, well, who are you? My mom, I just want to know. Because I don't know who the hell I'm with at this point. Okay? And I've never met anybody like Mike since then. I bet you can imagine that. Trust and believe. Yeah, my friend she was real cute. She was real cute though. She was. Y'all already know. She was cute. She was stacked. Mike chose well. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, somebody was trying to come up off of this King of Wands was trying to come up off of this Queen of Wands. That's interesting, because when they went to go badmouth the Queen of Wands, they really put it out that this Queen of Wands was doing some type of black magic. But it was them who was in a dodgy deal with the devil the whole time. But there's a tower to that. Three of Swords. Yeah, they broke their own heart. Excuse me, they broke their heart. This is interesting because it's like what I'm picking up on underneath is like at some point this King of Wands knew the Queen of Wands was a star, and that's when they had a choice. You're actually dealing with the star. You can get on board with this star. It's like they're not, this Queen of Wands isn't behaving the way you want them to because they're not a person, they're a star. So their behavior seems erratic to you because they're moving with celestial timing. They're not moving with earth timing, they're moving with celestial timing. So if you're an earthbound, if you're a Terrian, a celestial is like crazy chaos, right? Like, oh my God, because celestials move retrograde. You'd be like, what you, oh God, what the hell? And they move in degrees, and they follow these tracks around houses, and you're like, wait, what? No, I don't know about that. I don't know. So if you are earthbound, if you are a Tyrian, a celestial looks chaotic and crazy. So I feel like at some point this King of Wands was privy to that they were dealing with a celestial. But they then thought Stardust, that movie, they could bind this Queen of Wands and use this star energy for their earthly purposes. I don't know what they teach in school anymore. Not up there, of course, at the bottom of the day. Just like in the movie, it didn't work. It clearly didn't work in real life. That tower, and the tower hits the devil too. So it's not just the King of Wands who's butt sore. It's whatever spirit or entity they were. The entity took a hit, and the person with the entity, both of them got hit because they were dealing with a celestial, not another earth-bound being. And celestials have authority over everything on earth. When y'all get that a lot of these demons were celestials and they got cast down through the firmament, bound on earth, the celestials that are still in place have complete authority over these entities that are bound to earth. So you earth people can make deals with the devil and all these demons, but a celestial don't got to. They don't have to. Things like, go there, sit down, stop that, no more. And the demon has to go, okay. The chain of command. This King of Wands must not have known that, because they put all their money on this demonic entity they were with. Remember something about strength in numbers? Child, please. These people be so lame. I mean, I cannot. First of all, don't do magic if you don't know the rules. Look at this Wheel of Fortune. Determined to come out. Tired of being at the back of the deck waiting they turn. Done broke their own heart. Ten of Wands. What'd I say? But you know why? It's because the celestial will often show up alone. Maybe there'll be two of them. But most of the time, you go back in the Bible, when celestials show up, so don't forget, they was calling celestials angels in the Bible. And an angel of the Lord appeared. And the first they would say, be not afraid, you know. But sometimes two angels would go. Like in Sodom and Gomorrah, two celestials went, because them was some bad motherfuckers in Sodom and Gomorrah. One celestial might not have made it out of that one, okay? But two, they had a little buddy system. They made it out. And they made it back across the desert to help Lot and his wife. Well, his family, his daughters, because his wife turned to a pillar of salt. Anyway, that's got to be what it is. People see one celestial and they think, well, it's just one. I can take him out. But they don't understand how the cosmos works. I don't know. I don't know why people do these things. I just am reading cards now. But if you're listening, please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't see somebody and think, oh, there's just one I can... No, don't do that. Page of Swords. What about that Page of Swords? What they doing? What is Page of Swords doing? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, this celestial wasn't alone. This celestial had guidance. The stars, this Queen of Wands was moving the way they were moving because they had somebody on the other side telling them where to step and where to move. Earthlings don't know nothing about this. A Tyrian cannot begin to understand this right here. It's like this, okay. It's like the celestial was actually two, but one of them stayed on the other side and one of them embodied. Whatever movie you need, Full Metal Jacket, Avatar, I don't give a crap. There's one person in the field and there's somebody else on the comms. That's what happened here. This Page of Swords 9 and Wands, this star had a spirit on the comms saying step left, avoid the landmine, go right, tie your shoe, stand up, okay, rest, go, and the star didn't miss a beat. Their intel was on point and the star didn't miss a beat, and that's why this is a 9 of Wands out here and not a 2. I mean, this tower is so huge, y'all. The Hierophant. This star is a celestial in direct communication with the stars, with other deities, and then the creator. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I mean, in a sense, the devil himself is created, just bound to this realm. This was a divine setup. This King of Wands got played by the divine, but they had an opportunity to choose. They didn't choose well. 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. They didn't choose well. What else? What else? Oof. Hermit. I mean, the point of the message seems to be that this Queen of Wands was not who they appeared to be. They are a celestial being, and they have direct communication with the other realms. Like, I'm very clear about this being very clear. They get their instructions from the other realms. That's just where it comes from. There's very little about this Queen of Wands star energy that's human outside of their body, is what this is giving. Because I'm telling you, it's like this Queen of Wands, this King of Wands had this Queen of Wands tied up, locked down, sword at the throat. Like, there's no way the Queen of Wands is supposed to be alive right now. Please understand, there's no way this Queen of Wands is supposed to be breathing right now. There's no way. There's no way. And we started off with the Temperance and 7 of Cups. I'm like, well, that means that the illusion was intentional if it got tempered. Yeah. This King of Wands spun a magical web to deceive that what he thought was a Queen of Wands. Turns out that was a disguise. But for some reason, the King of Wands, even when they found out this Queen of Wands is, I'm hearing, an alien, celestial being, they still thought, well, I'll just use more magic. That just means I need to use stronger magic. Like, just not. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the day. Just not. They just didn't get it. What else? Page of Cups. I need to go do a workout, y'all. It's something about it. Like this. What's up with this Page of Cups? Two of Wands. Yeah, something about it. This star, this Queen of Wands energy, they only move. And that's what had this King of Wands fucked up. It's a King of Wands. So they're used to being able to lead people wherever they want them to go, right? That's King of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. They provide the influence and their strong willpower, and they influence people to do what they want them to do. This Queen of Wands, it didn't work. Didn't work. But this Queen of Wands is influenced by something greater than what's here on earth. And they keep their focus on something greater. And they only receive from something greater. This king of Wands tried to give this Queen of Wands something, and it wasn't received because it didn't come from greater. Ace of Pentacles still at the bottom of the deck. This is wild. Oh, this is the Knight of Swords. Then somebody got on their feelings and they wanted to like force something. What? What is this? No, what is this? Six of Swords. Oh, they was gonna try to stop this Queen of Wands from leaving. That'll never happen. Knight of Wands. Want to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Somebody want to start something. Yeah, yeah. Child, somebody wanted to bring smoke to your doorstep to make sure you didn't leave the house. Like, you open the door and it's just smoke. That's what they was trying to do. It didn't work, though. Because you just rise above it. Wow. Knight of Cups. There's a lot of knights right here, right now. I mean, talk about trying anything and everything, pulling out all the stops. But it's all night energy. It's not. It's all beneath this queen. What else? Let me get final messages, get out of here, and go work out. What? What's up with it? There's some secret resource. What is this? Yeah. Some type of offer comes in secretly. It's a good offer, though, because it's the end to the Five of Pentacles. It's the end to being isolated and alone. So what is this? It's an opportunity to, I mean, like, join a club. Like, what is this? I might do a smoothie before my workout today. I don't know. Yeah. Five of Swords. What about that Five of Swords? Who's that? Who that is? Five of Swords, please. The Empress and the Ace of Swords. Shoot. What I tell you? Oh man, it's my tea. There's controversy about this offer. It's like there's a group of people. Now I gotta take what resonates. So this is a group of people who've been watching this Queen of Wands. They're clear the Queen of Wands is actually an Empress. And they see the truth. And it seems like some of them want the Queen of Wands to come join the club, but other people don't want the Queen of Wands in the club. I don't know what this is about. The Lovers. Somebody want the Queen of Wands. Real bad. Can I get final messages out here? Because I feel like we got to the point. This Queen of Wands is actually a star and people should not have fucked with her. Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. What the hell? So somebody lied to the King of Pentacles? Mm. Hold on. What's the Death card to the King of Pentacles? The Three of Cups. Oh. This King of Pentacles wants this Queen of Wands. This King of Pentacles has been looking for this Queen of Wands, but they had been led to believe that the Queen of Wands wasn't who the Queen of Wands is. But now they know. What's up? Five of Wands. Oh shit, and it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem in a group. Yeah, it's a problem in a group. Two of Pentacles. Some people think this, some people think that. There's a group where there's a lot of problems right now. Because the King of Pentacles, Justice. I told you justice and judgment is out here. Two of Cups back above that. This bottom of the deck. This King of Pentacles wants this Queen of Wands. They had been wanted this Queen of Wands, but somebody said the Queen of Wands is really just a Queen of Wands. And you're a King of Pentacles, y'all don't belong together, y'all don't go together, you can do better than that, blah, 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 blah. But now this King of Pentacles, like, I don't know, that Queen of Wands looking like an empress. Which means we could. I don't know. This Queen of Pentacles is not happy, though. Heated. Because I got lied to. Somebody... What'd I say? What'd I tell you? It's a justice and a judgment out here. This King of Pentacles ain't feeling it. Let me get final messages. I gotta go. Long ass reading. Nine of Swords. I don't know who lied to this King of Pentacles, but that shit is not cute. He is not happy about this. Because in his mind, he could have been with this Queen of Wands the whole time. Queen of Swords. Two of Swords. After the Nine of Swords. This King of Pentacles is upset because there's some things they would have done differently had they had the Queen of Wands by their side. And it's a King of Pentacles, so every move they make is for their kingdom. It's for their legacy. It's for their name. It's not just for the moment. The King of Pentacles is a long-term planner. So this King of Pentacles is upset because there's some long-term stuff. Yeah, somebody messed up. Somebody in this group messed up. Final messages. Four of Swords. Yeah, this King of Pentacles is not going to be... This King of Pentacles is not going to be satisfied. Damn. Strength. Until they have this Queen of Wands. And at this point, they're like... They don't trust anybody. They're not listening to nobody. They're just like, no. Because... This man feels like he's been acting out of character. And he's mature enough to take responsibility for it himself, but he's also savvy and prudent enough to know that there's a problem in the group that he's if that's a family, a company, I don't know. Anything else? King of Swords. What about it? Ten of Wands. Damn, nah, he got bad advice from a King of Swords. Ooh. Anything else? Ace of Cups, yeah. Yeah, this King of Pentacles ain't gonna be stopped. Not a King of Pentacles. They're not gonna be stopped. Lord have mercy. Anything else? I feel like, damn. Judgment. Yeah. I'm gonna leave the reading there. So, it's a lesson here for the King of Pentacles, though, because I feel like the King of Pentacles, I don't know, they had like a dream or something that this Queen of Wands was something to them, somebody to them, some type of dream, and then this King of Swords, this group comes along and says, no, the Queen of Wands is just this, she's just that, you know, she's this, she's that, she's not. And the King of Pentacles, he listened, he allowed it, you know, either because these people were his compadres, I keep hearing his compadres, his associates. I guess he thought these were his friends and they're looking out for him and they wanted what was best for him. And if what they were saying was true, you know, then of course he doesn't want to be with the woman who's a gold digger and all this and all that, right? But he had already had a dream. But then again, to him who has eyes, let him see. Because remember, this Queen of Wands only shines as a star at night. You know, so if this King of Pentacles is only seeing the Queen of Wands during the day, then who knows what that looks like, right? Who knows what that looks like during the day? But you don't really see this Queen of Wands until nighttime. Then you're like, oh, that's a star. So this King of Pentacles knew he was meant to be with the star. He just didn't recognize the Queen of Wands as a star. And he had a whole group of people making sure that he only ever saw the Queen of Wands during the daytime, with false light shining on the Queen of Wands. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave it here. That's your reading. I hope it brought you clarity and confirmation. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If this reading resonated with you, drop me a comment below and turn on your post notifications so the next time I drop a read, it will show up in your feed. This reading is timeless, so whenever this reading finds you, it's meant to. You take what resonates with you and you leave the rest behind for the next person. And between now and the next time I drop a reading, trust your path, your process, and your purpose. Peace.